So we're getting ready to get more rain. I just can't believe how much rain we're getting. It just won't stop. I told you the other day, I think Carolyn's garden's just not going to survive it, so I don't know what else we can do about it. It just keeps raining and everything's flooding. We get the chickens back up to producing, and then it rains again and gets all muddy in there, and then they get all agitated and everything startles them, so they start slowing down on egg production. I don't know how to deal with it. Gas price is so high. I've been trying to limit the amount I'm cutting grass, because the lawnmower takes a lot of gas. It takes about a gallon per cutting. I went 2 weeks. I'm going to try to go 3 weeks this time. It didn't grow very much. We didn't get quite as much rain this particular time as we did the time before last, but with this next rain, it may, although it may have only been a week. I'm not sure. Regardless, I'm going to try to wait another week on the grass. I think I can wait. Just a strange year. Carolyn has been reading all over Facebook groups, the chicken groups, the off-grid groups, those kind of groups, that stores are running out of chicken food. And she has been extremely worried. So she's been researching how we can make our own food. And she had it all figured out that we could buy this, what's called all flock. And she looked up how much calcium to put in it. So she was prepared to buy all flock. We have some in the camper, and we've been feeding the all flock to the little baby birds. We got 2 groups of baby birds. We've been feeding that to them just so they're not eating the calcium food in case they are running out. She finally showed me that she was concerned enough that I asked her, well, should we go today to see if they got any chicken food? So here's the thing. We live in between 2 towns, and they're exactly 20 miles apart. One goes one way, the other goes the other way, and they're 20 miles from us, I should say. Both of them. We're a geographic anomaly. Well, the one side is a much bigger town than the other side, but they both have an Orscheln's. Now, an Orscheln's like a tractor store, farm store, something like that. It's kind of like a tractor supply company. I know those are all over the country. I'm not too sure about Orscheln's, but Orscheln's, they're all over the place, Missouri. Well, the last time we went shopping for food, we went to the bigger town, and they were looking like they were running low. So this did have Carolyn very concerned, given that it was really low in stock last time we were there. We fed the chickens some mesh, you know, that fermented food that they like to eat. We fed some of that to them, and we got in the truck and we went. Normally we have planned events before we go anywhere, so we always try to plan it out, make sure that, you know, there's nothing else we need. Do we need to go to Walmart or, you know, whatever? But she was so worried. Oops, a mosquito. She was so worried that we went ahead and just made an unscheduled trip. We left about 10 o'clock this morning, went over to the smaller town, because the other town we knew was probably going to be in serious trouble. And we thought, well, the smaller town might be in worse trouble. But when we got there, they were fully stocked. They had everything. We was able to get everything we needed. I mean, they had pallets of it. So this is the 16% layer crumbles, which is normally what we get anyways. And then she went ahead and got this, what is it called? Livestock feed. And that way she can ferment that. It was a bit cheaper. And so we paid $64 for all this food. That's going to be, wow, probably a month and a half's worth of food for the chickens. Now, when you break this down towards food costs, not egg costs, but towards food costs, $64 at the store wouldn't give us very much. We spent about $150 for a month's worth of food. So there's a month there, and we could just eat eggs if we had to. The chickens are producing enough eggs. We could have eggs twice a day for lunch and supper. So right now, I've not seen a problem with chicken food. Maybe the feed mills are running out. I don't know. Now, I told you a while back that Carolyn found this place, and it's like a farm. We got to get some 55-gallon drums. We're going to get these drums, and we're going to go down that direction, and we're going to get some food. It's 100 pounds for like $14. That's what we paid for this. That's 40-pound bag there for $14, which has not went up in price. That's actually a pretty good price. But at the feed mill, we can get 100 pounds, so it's a little bit more than double for the same price. Of course, it doesn't come in bags. I think that's why this costs so much. So we got the 55-gallon drums, get those filled up. But the problem with that place is it's so far away that if we make a special trip, we may end up paying a little bit more in gas. It's quite the distance. So we're going to schedule that trip for when we go shopping and get some more propane, because that's on the way. I heard the president say the other day that it's not going to get better. The food prices and gasoline prices are just going to continue to get worse. He does not know how to fix it. So I see all these preppers saying, okay, we got to prep, we got to prep, we got to prep in case something happens. Well, it's happening. It's happening right now. For the last several months, I've been asking people to do a 30-day challenge. Shut off their electric for 30 days. Just run your refrigerator, maybe a freezer, a tablet, Netflix. See how much electric you could live on. Because we don't live on hardly any. Like I said, we have a refrigerator, a fan, 2 phones, and a tablet. That's it. And the tablet is so I can make YouTube videos. That's all the electric that we use. And we do it off solar panels. So if you could do that, get your electric bill down to 40 bucks, 30 bucks a month. I know you got to pay taxes on that. And the surge charge on that is sometimes kind of pricey. I remember our last place that we had to pay electric for, it was $20 a month, no matter if you use any or not. I think it was 20, it might have been more than that. So 20 bucks just to have it hooked up. So if you can get it down to $30 or $40, so you're only using $20 a month, you know, if you got a freezer, of course, you're going to want to keep your freezer going. So I've been asking people to do this for months. So I haven't heard anybody say anything. Well, the last time I asked, I actually got a lot of people say, yeah, we're doing this or we're doing that. We've trying to get off electric, or they're getting chickens. I've got several people saying they're trying to get chickens. And that's really impressive. My mom got chickens the other day. She keeps messaging, Carolyn, should I do this? Should I do that? And of course, you can Google everything. She even told Carolyn, I like asking you because first of all, I know you got firsthand experience, and it keeps us in touch. So I think that's sweet. But in the end, it's all the information's there. If you have any questions, there's so much information on the internet. If you have questions, today we asked if we had to put calcium in food, because we said we may have to get all stock and get some calcium. You can Google how much calcium you put in it, and it's like I don't know, 5 grams of calcium per 20-pound bag. Well, how much is 5 grams? Well, you just ask Google, convert 5 grams into ounces, and it's like 1.7 or something like that, ounces. Then you ask, well, how much is calcium? If you get to a small 5-pound bag, it's pretty expensive, it's $8. But if you get the 40-pound bag, it's like 15 bucks. It's a lot cheaper in the bigger bag. So all the information is there. How to raise chickens, how to incubate chickens. I've showed you this incubator that we've got. We're going to start another incubation cycle here in the next few days. I would like for it to stop raining before we start incubating again, because I don't want to run the generator. Last time we had to run the generator quite a bit. We ran it off gas and then we switched over to propane. I just rather not have to go fill propane, even though it's cheap. It's $11 per can. I'd rather not go fill it if I don't have to, simply because that we have to go get propane. It's a long trip. If we could do it off the sun, I'd be much happier. But we can't get a full sunny day for three days straight. Yesterday it sunned up pretty good, and then it turned cloudy. Well, it's okay when we're just running the refrigerator. We can live off cloudy days like this pretty good. Sometimes I'll have to run the generator for an hour, but with the incubator, it would be definitely, I had to run it an hour in the morning, an hour in the evening for sure, no questions asked, and I'd just rather not run it. So thing is, it was supposed to stay clear all week. It was in the 10-day forecast, and then all of a sudden, well, last night it rained and they didn't even have it in the forecast. I actually opened up the app, looked at the percentages, and before it refreshed, it said 8% chance of rain. After it refreshed, it said 6% chance of rain, and it was literally raining. So they don't know. They just have no idea. The apps are useless when it comes to rain now. They're not even close. So you open up the radar, and sure enough, there's a big cloud over you, and you're getting rained on. So that's the plan. If we can get a good solid 3 weeks of sunshine, we'll incubate another 22 eggs for meat. Now, right now we have 15 chickens. I've told you this several times, that we just got done incubating. They're what, 3 weeks old now? They're really active. They're doing very well. So we'll butcher those probably another 5 to 7 weeks, something like that. While they're outside, is when we'll incubate or start raising the new chickens. So I showed you this IBC tank that we bought that we're going to use as a chicken coop. We're trying to get the chemicals in it to dry out. It's an epoxy for fiberglass. And so we cut a hole in it. This is going to be the entrance. Of course, it's upside down right now. The hole will be down here towards the bottom. But you can see all this kind of chips off. We're letting all that dry out. See, that one was a little wet still. He said it'd take about 2 weeks. We just cut it, maybe 3 or 4 days ago. But it's drying pretty quick. Now, he said if we needed to dry quicker, we could get some acetone. But this was pretty cheap. This is only $50. And it's pretty much a chicken coop as is. I'll stick a bar through here so they can roost at night. I don't think all 22 are going to be able to fit on one roost. So we'll put 2 roosts on there. Some of them probably sleep outside, some of them sleep on the floor, whatever the case is. They'll manage. It's just temporary. It's only for 8 weeks. My biggest concern is the Brahmas. I told you we bought some Brahmas. Brahmas are good meat birds, self-sustaining. Most people, including us last year, will buy Cornish cross. Cornish cross you have to buy. They are hard to raise. You go buy them, they're like $4 a piece, $3 a piece, whatever they are, and you're going to guaranteed to lose some. We haven't lost any of what we got up here. Cornish cross, they're just not very healthy. And if you decide to keep them for longer than 12 weeks, they'll start dying on you. They can't walk. They're so heavy that their legs won't lift them up. I had one break a wing. I didn't even realize that it broke a wing until the day I was butchering her. They use their wings to try to get up. They fall over. So if you can click that super thanks button down at the bottom, I'd appreciate it. I hope I can inspire you to do it now, because it's too late. So you can live your dream. Thanks for watching.